Welcome all of you to our 2025 Launching Leaders Asia Pacific Conference. My name is Anita Hummel, and I am President of BYU MS Asia and your host today. We'd like to welcome our Launching Leaders board members, or we could say our Launching Leaders leaders, and associates that are with us today. I'd like to say personally that the Launching Leaders is one of the key programs for BYU MS Asia. And this was not on my script, but I just want to acknowledge Chet Harmer, who's been one of the people who's really made Launching Leaders become a key part of the BYU Management Society here in Asia. If you want to, you can do a virtual clap for him. We really appreciate you, Chet. Some important notes for the conference. Please keep yourself muted and use the chat if you have any questions of the conference being recorded. The conference is available in English and in Mandarin, or those who are Chinese, Putonghua. So please click on the interpretation icon if you need to have the Mandarin or the Putonghua. To begin with, I'd like to share a brief update with you. Last year, Launching Leaders partnered with Agilix Labs and transitioned to their Dawn Learning Management System. 85%, this is huge, 85% of our community said they like the learning management system better. So we continue to see growth in all areas. Our language courses also continue to grow, which is really exciting. We have more participants that are having Launching Leaders in their native languages. In Asia, we've offered the course in Mandarin Chinese, and recently it was translated into Vietnamese, and I understand that just yesterday the Vietnamese course in the Vietnamese language started. So we continue to do our best to stay connected to our Launching Leader community and offer new languages to help reach more people. With 17 new countries last year and 7 more this year, we now have Launching Leaders participants in, get this, 109 countries. We are blessed to see Launching Leaders continue to spread around the world. We'd like to thank our amazing partners because without them, this just would not be possible. We strive to empower as many of the rising generation as possible through the Launching Leaders program. And a few of our partners will run breakout sessions in this conference so our Launching Leader community can get to know them better. We'd like to also thank our associates that champion the Launching Leader course and their organizations as they strive to make the world a better place. Thank you, all of you, for all you do. And just thank you all for your continued support for this great program. I'd like to turn over the session now to our keynote speaker, Curt Allen, and then we'll have a question and answer session from time to time for a few live questions. And then following the Q&A with Curt Allen, our partners will run breakout sessions for 50 minutes. After the breakout sessions, we'll have a brief update from our session leaders. Then we'll then say farewell to you. And those who'd like to network, we'll leave the conference open for an additional 15 minutes for you to be able to network. Participation certificates for this conference are by request only. So if you want to have a certificate, please email Rosaline. She'll put her chat. You put your email in the chat now, and her so that you'll be able to receive your certificate to say that you participated. As a reminder, if you have any questions or comments, please use the chat. And I will now turn the time over to Curt Allen, our keynote speaker. Thank you so much, Curt, for taking your time to be with us and to talk with us today. We truly do appreciate you and all that you do for Launching Leaders. Thank you, Curt.
Thank you, Anita, and thank you, Rosaline, and everyone. Welcome, friends and fellow leaders. It's a privilege to be with you, facilitators, graduate students, and supporters of Launching Leaders from across Asia and beyond, united by a desire to create positive change in our communities. As I begin, I invite you to picture one of the world's most awe-inspiring spectacles, the Great Migration across the Serengeti and Masai Mara. Each year, over 1 million wildebeest and 300,000 zebras journey together, so many that their path can be seen from space. Braving rivers, predators, and drought in search of a better future. If you look closely at those herds, you'll notice something remarkable. Wildebeest and zebra are not just together by chance. They are partners, each bringing their own strengths to the journey. The zebras remember the safest routes and spot danger from afar, while the wildebeest sense where the water lies and are quick to follow. They eat different grasses so they don't compete. Instead, they thrive together. Their partnership is nature's wisdom in action, a living lesson in mentorship and collaboration. Now, why do I start with this image? Because, like those herds, we are on a journey together, a migration toward opportunity, growth, and hope. And just as no wildebeest or zebra survives the migration alone, none of us achieves our greatest potential without mentors, partners, and a community to walk beside us. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself among that herd. Do you have the courage to leap first? Are you willing to lead others? Can you warn others of danger? Can you encourage others around you to keep moving forward? How can you help others complete the journey? People are the most valuable resource in every country. Education is the key to unlocking that resource and driving economic growth. But today, the half-life of skills is shrinking rapidly. Artificial intelligence is both the challenge and the solution, changing the world of work and offering us tools to build new businesses, create new jobs, and improve quality of life. Each one of you is unique. You each have God-given gifts and talents to help others around you. That is why we need each other. While none of us possesses every gift and talent personally, we do possess them all collectively. We need one another to succeed. The power for positive change is in you, the people, and Launching Leaders is here to help each of you to harness that power. Today, I would like to share with you 10 guiding principles, the 10 B's, if you will, that I have witnessed enabling and supporting successful mentoring in launching leaders and throughout my career. Be humble. Humility is a prerequisite for learning and being mentored effectively. Be grateful. Time is our most valuable resource. Express gratitude for another's time. Be respectful. The most capable people are often the busiest. Respect boundaries. Be honest and trustworthy. Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom, Thomas Jefferson. Be growth-minded. Ability blooms through effort. Faith is the first step towards achievement and success. Be committed. Commitment turns intention into reality. Be a creative problem solver. Every challenge has a creative solution. Be open-minded. An open mind is the gateway to growth. Be team-oriented. It takes a village to raise a child. No one wins alone. Be gracious. To live with grace is to walk with God. You are blessed to have many positive role models in the Launching Leader program that exemplify all of these 10 character traits or guiding principles of successful mentoring. I encourage you to take every opportunity to learn from them and then share what you have learned with others. A central element of Launching Leaders is mentorship. The program teaches every participant to recruit a mentor and learn how to work with them to improve their lives. Today, I want to share a story of how Mustafa Touré recruited me as a mentor and where that journey has led us so far. My hope is that this story can help you reflect on mentors who have helped you and how you can become an effective mentor to others. Almost 3 years ago, on November 3rd, 2022, Mustafa came to my office with two questions. First, would I watch over his family while he returned to Sierra Leone to keep a promise he'd made to God to help his fellow countrymen and women? Second, did I know anyone in West Africa who could help him? In that moment, Mustafa recruited me as a mentor, a role I was humbled and honored to accept. I said yes, I would look out for his family, and as Providence would have it, just weeks earlier, I'd been invited by Elder David Rupert to attend a BYU Management Society West Africa chapter meeting at BYU, where I met many people who could help Mustafa on his mission. One of the first things I recommended was that Mustafa join the BYU Management Society and take the Launching Leaders course. He was fortunate to have Chet Harmer, a deeply experienced mentor who has facilitated more than 85 Launching Leaders cohorts, agree to be his facilitator. One of the first things Mustafa did when he arrived home in Sierra Leone was to dig freshwater wells, so all the students, especially the girls, could attend school instead of going to fetch water. Mustafa dedicated the water project to his mother, Sia Fanta Ture, Mustafa's inspiration and biggest supporter, who died during the civil war in Sierra Leone. Then Mustafa organized the villagers to cut down all the trees to clear a 20-acre parcel of land for farming. They grew enough crops to feed the entire village and provide maize as chicken feed for the local farmers. Then they secured a 10-year lease on a large warehouse in the main downtown area of Kono. Mustafa established the Trico College of Innovation and Advanced Technology. Today, Trico has enrolled over 200 students in programs that blend launching leaders principles with practical local skills. They teach launching leaders, masters of business in the streets, Microsoft Windows and Office basics, and entrepreneurship and business skills in Silicon Globe. Like the wildebeest and zebra, they are moving together, each bringing their own strengths, each learning from the other. I also introduced Mustafa to my greatest mentor, my 93-year-old father, Dr. Curt Allen. Throughout my life, I have watched my dad help hundreds of people discover their unique gifts and talents and learn how to apply them to benefit others. My dad has mentored more people one-on-one than anyone I know, and he quickly became not just a mentor, but a surrogate father to Mustafa, who had lost his own father years before. Although they have never met in person, they have consulted together on many important projects, including the creation of the first innovation station in Sierra Leone. The innovation station model demonstrates that it is possible to set up a small business with very few resources, starting with just a table. Mustafa's students use the Agilix Dawn platform, which powers launching leaders. It is built specifically for use on affordable Android and Apple phones, even without internet access. Students can download the courses or course modules they are working on and take them home to learn on their phone. When they return, Dawn syncs up with the cloud over Wi-Fi and updates the system to record all of their learning and to let them download the next set of content. At Trico College, they have already graduated four cohorts of Launching Leaders students. Launching Leaders, combined with other entrepreneurship and business courses they offer, is providing hope for lots of young people that they can find and fulfill their dreams. The Trico College students have celebrated their graduations in caps and gowns and an official parade through the downtown of the city. It is a significant accomplishment for them to complete Launching Leaders and their other online certificate programs. Dawn makes it possible and affordable for many students to participate who would not have been able to do so otherwise. It is a game changer. But after Launching Leaders, many students ask, now what? To answer that, Rosaline reached out to Launching Leaders graduates to learn what they most wanted to know about starting a small business. With that feedback, Nikki Humphreys, our VP of Implementation and Training at Agilix, built the top 20 most frequently requested micro courses that are now available through Silicon Globe on the same Dawn platform that powers Launching Leaders. These courses are practical, hands-on, and designed to help you take that next step, whether you're starting a business or growing your entrepreneurial mindset. Silicon Globe includes other valuable courses. For example, Terry Pitt's 10 Power Moves for Success helps you develop the mindset and skills to thrive as an entrepreneur. Curiosity, leadership, integrity, time management, and proactive thinking. Steve Hitz offers Entrepreneurial Foundations, sharing real-time lessons on how to win at business while staying true to your deepest values. These aren't just spreadsheets or motivational quotes. They're tools forged in the real world, ready for you to use. Each of you can use the code Asia Pacific 2025 to access these micro courses. We welcome your feedback to make these courses even better and to create new ones that meet your needs. Chet and Rosaline have taught us that many new Launching Leaders graduates come through nonprofit organizations. We hope to connect and collaborate with all of you to create a global movement because, as the wildebeest and zebra has shown us, there is strength in numbers. As a recent example, let me share one initiative we announced last month for Sierra Leone, the Future Learning Institute. Many workforce development programs in Africa struggle to scale, to sustain themselves, and to reach those most in need. They often require resources, computers, internet, printed manuals, English proficiency, and travel that many simply don't have. Our goal is to reach those who can't afford these advantages. Working with Dr. Mark Litchell-Schwab and other partners, we developed the Future Learning Institute model. Mustafa shared our proposal with his advisor and vice chancellor at Kono University, who brought it to the Ministry of Higher and Technical Education, Dr. Haja Wuri Kamara, who was deeply impressed by Mustafa's work at Trico College and Launching Leaders. saying it gave her hope for the future of Sierra Leone's citizens. In October of 2024, we had the privilege of meeting the First Lady of Sierra Leone with Mustafa's wife, Edie Touré. That meeting was hosted by the World Trade Center of Utah, who we learned regularly hosts government officials from all over the world in Salt Lake City. So we joined that organization and have now had the privilege of meeting with more than a dozen ambassadors, consuls general, and other government officials from around the world. On May 19th, we signed a memorandum of understanding to establish the Future Learning Institute of Sierra Leone at Lancaster House in London, the same place where Sierra Leone signed the act granting its independence from the UK in 1961. Our vision is to replicate the Future Learning Institute in other African countries and beyond, partnering with local leaders and organizations. In July 2025, we traveled to Freetown and Kono, Sierra Leone, to meet with the government officials, paramount chiefs, and university administrators and officials who will help us launch the Future Learning Institute of Sierra Leone. But the model requires local partners, people like you who know their communities and are ready to lead. The people of your country and our world need what you have to offer. Mustafa has shown that it's possible. One person can make a difference. You can too. But you may wonder, what if there aren't enough mentors to go around, or your mentor isn't available when you need them? That's where technology comes in. We're developing AI-powered intelligent companions that can provide hyper-local, hyper-personal support, supplementing but not replacing the human connection at the heart of mentorship. Imagine a future where every young entrepreneur has a guide in their pocket, ready to help them do many things to design, build, and grow their small business in conjunction with their human mentors.
Welcome to Silicon Globe, our online course marketplace built to help emerging leaders to gain access to practical and world-class training in leadership, entrepreneurship, and business. But we're not stopping at courses. We're reimagining what learning can look like by using AI-enhanced tools to make the journey more personal, more interactive, and more inspiring. Inside one of our courses, learners can engage in an entrepreneur chat, where they speak directly with AI-powered digital mentors, modeled after real African entrepreneurs. Whether it's a fashion designer in Bo, a mobile technician in Kono, or a cassava snack producer in Moyamba, each one shares their story, challenges, and advice, helping learners explore what excites them and how they might start their own journey. This is more than content, it's connection. It's hybrid mentorship at scale.
This hybrid model of mentoring combines the best of both worlds of human and AI mentoring. AI mentors who are always available at any time of the day or night, never get tired and never get frustrated when you ask lots and lots of questions. With human mentors who show love and empathy and provide motivation, inspiration, and personal care. We believe the hybrid model of mentoring has the potential to scale to billions of people. One of my personal mentors and friends is a great man named Clayton Christensen. He was born in Utah, became a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University in the UK, and a very influential Harvard Business School faculty member for many years. He was very successful in the ways that matter most: a man of faith, a loyal husband and father, a servant leader, and a mentor to many. Among many great contributions he made in this life, one of them was writing a book entitled, How Will You Measure Your Life? In this book, Clayton offers a framework for finding lasting happiness and meaning. He encourages us to define success not by achievements or wealth, but by how well we live our values, invest in relationships, and serve others with integrity and purpose. So what could this mean for you? You can learn more if you're able to attend Nikki's breakout session today, or take a free course at Silicon Globe, or sign up to learn more, or recruit a mentor who can help you achieve your vision, or join a nonprofit educational organization in your country, or share your success stories with leaders and let us know how we can help. Remember, one person can make a difference. Just as one wildebeest leap inspires the herd, one mentor can start a movement. This journey wouldn't have happened without Mustafa recruiting me as a mentor, without launching leaders, without the dedication of people like Rosaline, Chet, Nikki, and so many others. You are the key, but it won't happen in your village, town, or country without you. I challenge each of you to choose to become a mentor for another person and help them make a difference in the world. Like the wildebeest and zebra, let's walk together, each bringing our strengths, each learning from the other, each helping the next to leap forward. Thank you for being a part of this great migration of mentorship. Let's keep moving forward together.
I have a question I didn't type in, is how is Agilix using You talked a bit about AI, but can you touch a little bit more on how you're using AI and where you see that going in the future more and how this is going to help launching leaders?
Certainly, I'd be happy to. So the brief little video demo that I showed is based on the Anthropic AI system that allows you to have a chat with a coach that is trained on the material that you're interested in learning more about. So we've done that for various careers, both in the US and internationally. And so it gives you a virtual mentor when your physical mentor isn't available. We're not trying to replace the physical mentors because they're critical. They're the ones that have empathy and can inspire and encourage people. But we can provide mentors to everybody in the world in their native languages at scale when the humans aren't available to help.
This is Philip from Taiwan. When you say the AI mentoring system is available, is there some kind of link or a short video to show us how to use it?
Yes, if you're able to attend the breakout session that Nikki Humphreys is doing, she can share that information with you. We can also provide it afterwards to all the participants that are interested.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to share that with you, Philip, and everyone.
Okay. And also in your presentation, you showed the Silicon Globe with a mini series of programs. So if I key into Silicon Globe and key in the Asia Pacific 2025, then I get the link to those mini series of courses.
That is correct. It's siliconglobe.agilixdawn.com. Nikki will also provide that information. Maybe, Nikki, you could put it in the chat if you like. But those are courses that were built using the Dawn platform to answer the questions that launching leaders graduates had posed to us about what they needed to learn how to do in order to successfully become an entrepreneur. So Nikki built the top 20 or 30 micro courses, and the platform allows you to build any more that you want. So we can help you build any micro courses that you want in whatever language you need to help people go beyond launching leaders to help them start their small businesses.
And these courses will be open to general public. If somebody interested, they can sign up and learn these things.
We're making them available to all of you for free. There's a small fee associated for people outside of the launching leaders community, but we're trying to make them as broadly available as possible.
So, if I could go here to one of the questions that we have for Curt here. As a mentor, how do you assess if the mentoring relationship will be worthwhile?
It's pretty easy to tell when somebody is humble enough to receive advice and counsel or not. And I think that we all need to stay humble because we can all learn from one another. So generally, when a young person is hungry for knowledge and they're willing to listen and they're willing to respond, it's easy to tell that they're ready to be mentored.
And then with that, I guess, how does a mentor empower and uplift?
I think we all need somebody to believe in us. We all need a champion and an advocate. And so I think it's good to be a champion and an advocate for those people that we're mentoring, to give them hope, to help them use their own agency and their own inspiration to figure out what it is they want to do, and then coach them through the process of finding a mentor to help them accomplish those goals.
And so here's one that I think a lot of people ask is, how can I make mentoring a career?
I believe that we can make mentoring a career in almost any profession, in almost any company. We can all become coaches, whether formal or informal. If people want to do it as a profession, there's a big need right now to help people, both individuals and organizations, become better at what they're doing. And I think the advances with artificial intelligence and the changes that is precipitating in every industry is going to demand even better mentoring in the future to help people chart their course into a new career in the future.
So how can mentoring help strengthen our businesses?
I think we can all learn from one another. I think we all need mentors, and I believe that we all benefit by being mentees. And so hopefully we can learn from one another and grow stronger together, both as individuals and as organizations, as we work towards common objectives.
So how can you prepare mentees to be able to be mentored?
I think encouraging them to look within, to listen to that voice that can guide them, to make time to meditate and reflect on what their goals are. I think everybody has a mission and they can find out what that mission is if they listen, and then encourage them to pursue that and actually act. I think we need to use our agency to act. And when we act, then we're blessed to find a path forward.
So I guess a question which ties on to that one is, how can I effectively mentor youth?
Um, it's wonderful to mentor youth. It's my favorite thing. And I find that I usually learn more from the youth than they may learn from me. But I think believing in them is the most important thing. There's a lot of discouragement in the world right now, precipitated by social media memes and other negative forces. Kids just need somebody to believe in them and give them hope that there's a bright future ahead, that they can take control of their destiny, that they can learn, they can give back, they can be part of something bigger than themselves. And so I think that's an honor that we all have, to reach out and mentor youth and encourage them to achieve their purpose in this world.
You mentioned more about Clay Christensen and also your father. So how did you get started with your business career, and did a mentor help you?
My first business was when I was 5 years old, selling greeting cards for the holidays to earn a pup tent so that I could go camping. My dad helped me get that set up, and I learned how hard it was to be a door-to-door salesman. And I've had many experiences since that time. I mentioned that my dad is still my greatest mentor. I learn from him every day. In fact, I was with him a few days ago, and he had me help him assemble an innovation station that he designed from scratch to make it possible for poor entrepreneurs around the world to create a collaborative innovation community with very little money. And he's going to test that with youth and then produce the plans and release them into the open, under an open license, so that anybody can learn from him. I don't know many 93-year-olds that are using AI to help them design the future for the youth of the world. And he's my inspiration in that way.
Oh, that's amazing. One last question is, how do you stay humble and teachable when mentoring or being a mentee?
I think we just need to all realize that we can learn something from everyone that we meet. I learn things from people every day. If we keep an open mind, an open heart, and we stay humble, I think that we can all grow better together.
Great. Well, welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had as great a session as we had in ours, and that you enjoyed it. It was really an engaging and a powerful session. We've asked our breakout session leaders to share a few highlights from their breakout. So let's start with Nikki from Agilix Labs, then Peter Ho, who ran the Mandarin Chinese. And Peter, please don't give it to us in Mandarin, but in English, okay? And and Chet representing the English.
Great, thank you. Well, I had the privilege of meeting several of you in there, including you, Anita, and we had really great conversations about what Silicon Globe can offer, the power that it has, and also the platform of Dawn and how you can build your own business online through the Dawn platform and what that can mean for you. And so we had a lot of people excited that they've been looking for something to be able to expand their business through an online platform. So really excited to get together and meet with several of you in helping with your journey.
Thank you, Nikki. Philip.
Yes. Well, I was thinking that we should invite Nikki to come over to the Mandarin part. However, I know that it's not feasible, so I asked Sister All to join the English part, and she has learned what you have done or talked about, and she's going to come back to talk to us to the Mandarin group because we're interested in the AI mentoring system or the mini courses that the Silicon Globe can offer. And we also think about developing some of the local courses, learning the module that's developed. And because we have some good instructors in Taiwan, so we may develop more mini courses that Launching Leader students can get access to. In our discussion, we briefly reviewed the mentoring process and also asked some of the members to share their experience. And we certainly get very positive feedback from a few of our participants that they really learned the process and really tested them, and then also benefit from the mentoring process, which is really what the Launching Leader is about. It's not a lecture course, it's rather a practice, a good way to really improve yourself with all the chapters and all the tips that you learn from the courses. And I'm glad that our members really take it seriously and went out to look for mentors in various aspects of their life and come back and tell us that they have improved in certain areas and benefit from the course. So that's really encouraging. And we want more people to do that and learn it and then come back more often to share their success with us. So that's our group.
My turn?
Yes, Chet, thank you.
You bet. So I had the opportunity of talking about the activities of the BYU Management Society in the Asia area. There are 5 or 6 parts of the world that are each represented by an area of the Management Society. So Anita is in charge of the area, and I and other people are on the area board. In our breakout session, we broke it into 2 parts. One is I talked about the types of events that we did that were sponsored by the area, that everyone, all the different chapters and their members were invited. One of those types was boot camps. We had one of those earlier today on artificial intelligence, where we had a key executive from Microsoft talk about what AI products Microsoft has and how he uses them. It was very enlightening. So that's a boot camp that takes a topic and goes into much more depth, and we have an expert there. And there are plans for 6 boot camps this coming year, 2026, every other month. And they're open to all of our Asia people. Then there's the annual conference that's held this year. It's going to be held in Taiwan. Last year it was Singapore. The year before it was in the Philippines. And it's a day-and-a-half conference. Great speakers. People get to know each other. Some people are able to come in person and others can attend it virtually. So that's sponsored by the area. And the third part is the business plan competition. And that's actually part of the conference. And there's good competition. There's different categories for business plans and businesses. There's judging and cash awards that are given. And that is very successful. So that is in the Asia area part. We've kind of divided what we do into 3 parts. One is personal development, and we promote the Launching Leaders course in that way. Professional development, that's where boot camps and annual conference and business plan competition happen. And then that's all under an umbrella, as we want to be good examples of moral and ethical leaders and business people and just regular people. So that's what we do and that's what we have done from the area point of view. I introduced what we're going to be doing with something called Young Professional Associations. We learned about this from one of our sister areas in Europe, in the UK. What they did is that they identified about 8 to 10 different job categories. Like a job category could be accounting or computer science or nonprofits or engineering or finance or healthcare or law or consulting or marketing or small businesses. And they formed a group for young people to meet together every other month and hear speakers tell about their background and their success stories. And you have some natural mentoring. I think Anita kind of coined the phrase that launching leaders is a bridge towards these groups they're going to be. If you can learn how to work with mentors in launching leaders, like Brother Philip was just saying, it's going to be that much easier to do them in these groups. So then we had reports from 3 of our chapters from Singapore, from Vietnam, and from Cambodia, talking about what they have been doing and what they plan to do in the future. So we had a very good group, and thank you, Anita, for the opportunity to report on that.
Well, thank you very much, Chet, for reviewing everything that we do in Asia here. And just Chet, as a quick correction, the boot camps are open to everybody. You don't have to be in Asia. It's really open to everybody. So thank you everyone for attending. This has been a great conference, the 2025 Asia Pacific Conference. We've enjoyed our time with you. Let's all give a virtual, clap to Curt Allen for being such a great keynote speaker, Rosaline for putting this together, all of her hard work. We need to thank Philip Ho, Nikki, and Chet, all of you for all of your work with this. Thank you for our partners for leading all those great breakout sessions, and thank you for our amazing interpreter, Janet. Let's give her a round of applause too. So this includes our final conference of the year. We've enjoyed seeing you and spending time with you. And thank you all for joining, and hope to see you all next year. I just want to make a comment that Chet had said about launching leaders. One of the reasons why we're doing the Young Professionals program is because we feel like it can be a bridge between launching leaders and the young professionals to help those who finish the launching leaders course then can move into these professional associations and continue to network and grow and learn. And I think in this world of AI, we need to always constantly be learning. Those are just kind of my final thoughts. So thank you all, and for spending your time here with us this Friday and Saturday. We really appreciate you spending time here.
Thank everyone. It's always a pleasure to get together with all of you. Thank you for your time today.